Hello, my name is Ben and I am not a great gamer. This is a video update for May 23rd, 2016. And mostly we'll be covering a little bit of a milestone in the channel's history, an update on life recently vis-a-vis the channel itself. I'll just talk briefly about each of the series and where it's going, specifically Rise of the Republics, Longest Name Ever, and Banished. We'll also be talking about what's coming up next. What's coming up next. And I'll talk a little bit about how I decide what to play. And in case you've been living under a rock, the background is some of my not quite public gameplay of Stellaris by Paradox Development Studios. So first, a milestone. I have 50 subscribers. Actually, at this point, I have 52. But, that's like 50, right? So celebrating 50 subscribers seemed a little silly, especially after seeing someone celebrate like 200,000 subscribers. Anyway, it always seemed a little silly to celebrate 50, but you know something? 50 subscribers took work. Now, granted, one of them is me, my personal subscription. 3 of them are one of my sisters-in-law. A few of them are other YouTubers that I've met along the way. One is my wife, a couple are friends, but a bunch of those folks actually, watch my stuff, so they kind of count, right? So that means I at least have like 45 or so legit subscribers, right? Right? Anyway, I was happy, and there was beer. So, life. The last 4 weeks have been kind of crazy. Actually, the last closer to 8. We had a family reunion, family trip to the ocean, a trip to LA for graduation, all the preparations for that, all the pre-recordings that I had to do so that I wasn't a complete loser, and so that I actually had content coming up. Anyway, yeah, everything you see currently going up is about 2 to 6 weeks old. I'm just now getting back, getting my feet under me. The content will start becoming much fresher, mostly because what I've already recorded runs out tomorrow. So yeah, it darn well better be fresh. So I'm glad to be back, and now I have to go record some Banished. But first, let's talk a little bit about the series. Rise of the Republics will continue as before. I'm not sure exactly how long that's going to go, but it's going to continue. I spoke with Midgeman, and we've been recording, and I want to secure an Empire level title. I've never done that as a Republic, and he wants a Kingdom. He had one, but then he declared independence, so he doesn't have it anymore. Silly boy. Anyway, Longest Name Ever is nearly done. Spoiler alert, we win. I have to admit, Longest Name Ever didn't perform like I hoped it would. When I first got into YouTube, I was really hoping to basically known for doing strategy games differently. Take well-known games and do them in a funny, different way, and do the kinds of things that people aren't seeing. And I kind of thought that Longest Name Ever was that. My goal was to get a city that we couldn't settle by an unusual means with really strange game setups. It was a lot of fun. It was a little easy. I need to move up on the difficulties. But no one, and no one does this, but no one was watching this either. And I'm beginning to suspect why. I think I might know something why. Which brings me to Banished for Finland, which is I'm really enjoying this series. It's gonna continue on, but it's wildly successful. It's got the most hits per video of any of my series so far, and I was really confused about this at first. I wasn't sure what people were drawn to on this. Do they like the buildy games, older games? Is it the fact that it's done with mods and people really like looking for mods? And I think I know what the deal is. None of the big boys are playing this anymore. Banished, it's an older game, quote unquote older game, but there's still a really active community who's really interested in the content, and I'm wondering if that's how people found me. What I'm doing isn't really very different from how the game is usually played, but it's a good game that people still care about, and I'm one of the few people who's really doing something with it. At least I think so. So if you're watching this, what series is your favorite to watch, and why? I want to serve what people really want. Anyway, Banished will continue. I want to fully utilize the map and have a cathedral, so we may get, 100 episodes out of this bad boy. It's a good one. I'm liking it. Let's keep it going. So what's next? With Longest Name Ever about to finish, I needed to replace it with something. And I honestly struggled with this question for a while. At first I figured Stellaris because, I mean, it's a big deal, everyone's doing it, and I like the game. But then I started thinking about Banished, and so I rethought some things, because why play what everyone is playing? That hasn't really worked for me. My actual first choice would have been a modded CK2 game that I'm dying to get started, but timing with CK2 when you don't have time for multiple episodes a day gets kind of tough. Expansion release schedule makes the game obsolete before you're done. Like what happened with One True Roman, where by the time I actually finished the series, we were 2 or 3 expansions late. So I'm probably going to wait until the next expansion drops, make sure everything gets hotfixed and the mods get all set up and everything, and then I'll do that. So, but that doesn't come for a long time, so that's out. So I wanted to find a fun game that no big Let's Players are playing, but that still has an active following. And I seriously considered Star Ruler 2, which I still want to get into at some point. It's all the stuff that I see about that says that it's just absolutely fantastic, and I like fantastic. Fantastic is good, right? But I did end up deciding what will fill Longest Name Ever's nightly time slot. More Banished. Just kidding. Kinda. This is going to be a very Banished heavy channel for a few days, until I get my next game ready to go. I want to make sure I know how to play, and I do have some legwork to do beforehand, so the real replacement for Longest Name Ever will be Stellaris. I know. After everything I said, it seems a little crazy, right? But let me tell you a story. Stellaris is the first game that I've ever purchased for full price. Like, ever. Like, actually, okay, at this moment, like right now, I just realized I may have paid full price for Brood War for StarCraft back in like 2000 something, but anyway, that's an expansion, doesn't count. But this is definitely the first game I've ever pre-ordered. I saw enough Let's Play footage to get me hooked, and I decided to go for it. And the hard part is, though, Stellaris released 2 Mondays ago on May 9th, and I told you how crazy my life was. There was actually that was right about the time of a departure to LA. Anyway, so it dropped on May 9th, and I got to work early so I could leave work early so I could play for 4 hours after work, and that was fun. But then I was not able to touch it again until this past Friday. That's May 20th. And that's, what, 11 days? Something like that? Anyway, since then, I have gotten up to about 17 hours of time with it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm finally getting to know how the game works. And of course, the most important reason why I want it on the channel is that I really like it. It's a good game. It's really up my alley with both the grand strategy and the RTS, not RTS, 4X thing, and I love both of those things. It's kind of mixed together. So, and I also have an idea of what I'm going to do. It's a little bit different, and I think it'll be fun to watch. So I'm going to go play with some name lists and do a couple of other fun alterations. No mods at this point, but it'll be fun. And I'll get some footage going, and I will get some episodes up, and that will probably start landing early next week. But until then, it'll just be a lot of Banished because I know what the heck I'm doing. So that's the state of the channel. I have 52 subscribers. You guys are great. And I'm not just saying that because my wife is one of them. And I'm learning a little bit more about what people like. And again, if you let me know what you like, that could help with what you see on the channel. And all in all, it's a good time. So I'm finishing up one series, looking forward to another. I have 2 really fun series that are continuing and ongoing, and I have a lot to look forward to. I am really enjoying myself. I hope all of you are enjoying yourself as well. I, for one, look forward to seeing you next time.